Check, check. 1, 2. 1, 2. See everybody bitching in the chat already. What's up, Brett Joseph? What's up, everybody? How we doing? Man, how are you, Steak?
Good.
By the way, if I'm squinting a lot, I rode the city bike today. It was very windy in New York, and I left my sunglasses at my office. Huge fucking, don't even get me started. Leaving sunglasses kills me. It kills me.
It's the worst thing ever. It really is.
Oh, dude, I know. I hate to be dramatic and like first world problems, but especially when it's sunny and I'm biking and the wind really picked up and like I bike for about 30 minutes without sunglasses, protecting the wind from my eyes. So like they're just burning right now. And they're only going to burn even more as we stare at the board for the next hour. So what's up, everybody? Thanks for being with us. Very sorry that we were unable to stream today and do our college football recap, which we typically do on Tuesdays on the board review. But we're going to make it up to you with an evening stream. Steak, nice Gators hat, by the way, a little vintage. I know you're not streaming tomorrow, but I did just want to congratulate you on your win last night with the Minnesota Vikings. Very big victory for JJ McCarthy, and I think you saw my video this morning. Not on the fan club, but I am off the hate train. I don't care what your name is. I don't care what you look like. Nothing. If you do that in the third quarter, given those circumstances, that's it. I'm done hating you. You earned my respect. And now all my hatred is on Caleb Williams. By the way, I heard that he is 9-1 now to be the first quarterback benched, which is about 4th or 5th in the odds market. You think that's kind of interesting?
I do, but I have to remember that they have this love affair with Tyson Bagent, even though I don't think he's good, obviously. But, he's such a fucking nice guy and an underdog story. And Caleb Williams is the opposite of that. And obviously, if they start 1-5, obviously, there's going to be murmurings, but no, Caleb Williams will not be benched. And I think 9-1 to be the first player benched after you saw what Russell Wilson did week 1, I think that would be an idiotic bet.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. I was just listening to VSiN Follow the Money. They said Russell Wilson is -200.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco is 4-1. And there was one more guy. I can't remember who it was.
I'm pretty sure you can figure it out.
Tua? No,
week 1 performance.
I actually think Daniel Jones was still up there at like 5-1.
That kind of makes sense, to be fair.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get the odds market up here. Get the lines up, everybody. We're live here at 5:52 Eastern. It's Tuesday. We don't have any football, unfortunately. I think we will in the coming weeks on Tuesdays, a little action, but we've got today and tomorrow off. We have a Thursday night game. I just want to remind people we are on the Pickett YouTube channel now on Thursday. Steak, are you available Thursday?
I'm available every day, but tomorrow I'll be talking football all fucking week.
Okay, well, Wednesdays we typically do our NFL review, but maybe we'll skip it tomorrow and do that Thursday maybe. So maybe Thursday we'll stream in the morning, review the NFL board, and then Thursday night we'll just dive into the Commanders-Packers game.
What would you do tomorrow then?
Maybe I could. I don't know what I would do tomorrow. I would talk maybe a little like fun in-season futures. Like, for example, I was thinking about Breece Hall rushing yards, a couple win total unders, the Bears win total unders, overreactions. How about that? Maybe some player props. I already got a play that I love. Do you want me to give you a spoiler alert?
Of course.
I think I love the Bengals.
Oh, you love the Bengals
in week 2.
I don't know about that, man. That's sounding like a real obvious bounce back.
Is it? Because dude, don't get me started. I think for whatever reason, even though the Jags played not very good, I think people kind of like the Jags and don't like the Bengals.
No, I do. I couldn't. That is not a true statement.
You sure?
Absolutely zero people sitting around talking ball with their friends saying, hey, man, I like the Jags, but I don't like the Bengals. Give me Trevor Lawrence, but don't give me Joe Burrow.
I don't know, Jim.
Nobody's saying that.
Okay. All right. Fine. Obvious bounce back. And spoiler alert on Thursday, I think I like the Washington Commanders too. All right. By the way, thank you, JK and Ross on Twitter retweeting the stream. It don't take much to show a little love, a little engagement. Like, hit the fucking like button with your thumb while you're in here on YouTube. Like the video, like the stream. We are running on TikTok too. What's up, TikTok? Subscribe to the YouTube page and Twitch as well. Make sure you're following. I see. Want to just get a few people in here before we start going. All right. We had a pretty good Saturday. We had a pretty good Saturday. Sunday was awful. We're not talking about Sunday here on this stream. We had a pretty good Saturday. It was one of my better Saturdays in recent memory. I think I went like 11-3 or 11-4. But we were in our bag. You had a couple great calls as well. Nice Billy Napier rant. That was fun. The best bets video we will continue to do late in the week. It'll be on our YouTube page on Friday. So you can listen to it Friday night and Saturday morning before the games kick off. But as always, in the middle of the week, we're going to do our digging and see what we like. Oh, we got some college football on a Thursday. Would you look at that? We've got your favorite Wake Forest. Wake Forest is playing on Thursday night against NC State. Okay, I think it's time to get going. Steak, are we good? Are we locked in? Are we ready to roll?
Yeah, let's get it. I'm going to pull up everything I need to pull up, and I'm going to repost the stream.
Okay, Magic Lettuce 69 with a sub bank. Thank you very much. W Gent Special K with a sub bank. DGen, love your stream, but you need a haircut. I literally just got fucking cleaned up. I'm growing my hair out. I was keeping.
Are you official?
I was going to, yeah. I had it like short. I had the tight cut, and then I was like, you know what? I don't really know if that's for me. So I just got cleaned up. Anyways, okay. But I take a shower when I get home. I'm a 2-shower a day guy in the summer. Not that it was very hot today. It was like 74 degrees. How long did DGen stay at the bar on Sunday? A couple hours.
3 hours, but I think you would have stayed a little longer if you didn't have that birthday party to attend.
Sure. I would have at least stayed till the end of the Bucks game. Maybe even the first half of the 4:00 games. But yeah. You look great, Deej. Thank you very much, Snides. Appreciate that. Shirt. What does that say? Shit, hey, steak. I don't even know what that.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to say? It pretty much is.
I like that. Oh, the team. Yeah, the team.
That's cool, but we know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I guess I know what he's talking about. Have you been working out, DJ? No, actually, the last couple of weeks have been awful for me. I haven't gotten any sleep. I am back in New York today, though. I flew back last night. Flight was bumpy as a motherfucker. Is it storming right now, Steak, in Orlando?
Yes.
Bro, afternoon flights in the summer are not ideal. Just storms fucking everywhere. We had to go all the way out to the Atlantic. That shit was bumping. I had a young kid screaming behind me, and I had an adult to my right going, ooh, ooh, like that the whole time. And I'm just like, I just jam rock music when it's screaming. Well, I would say a solid half of the flight. They had to change the departure path right before we hit the runway because the storms got so bad. And we had to go like just straight east. So straight to the coast. And then I thought we were going to go up the coastline. We went out into the Atlantic. Then we turned up and basically went straight to Wilmington. But there were storms out there too. I watched the radar the whole time like a motherfucker. There's storms out there too. And I was like, man, I don't know what's going to happen. But I guess these are better than what we just left off. And man, this lady, the flight attendant had to stand there and like talk, like calm her down and everything. And the plane was fucking doom, 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 doom. And she's like, ooh, ooh. And then I got a kid screaming behind me. It was actually pretty wild. I like it more. Go ahead.
That's insane.
It was pretty wild. I mean, it wasn't even severe turbulence, but it was like constant bumpiness. That's why I drink. That's why I drink when I fly, though. So it doesn't bother me as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah. Oh, did I get hit with a workout joke? By the way, I just saw a bunch of laughing emojis. Mojo is blind as a bat. He has something called SARS. It came in overnight, like 3 days, which is kind of crazy. But he's starting to eat a little bit more, which is great. He's got to put some weight on. He should be 20 pounds. He's 13. He's skin and bones, but he's doing a little bit better. So I had to come up to New York for work. I could not miss a few things. Then I'm heading right back down to take care of the little guy. All right. Let's get into the board. Thanks for checking, though. Thanks for checking on the dog and the well-being. I appreciate that. I'm going to pull up. So I got covers. I got Wager Talk. I got Pickett. You want to pull Pro PFF up, Steak? You're pretty good.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like a good idea. Also, Hovey brought up a good question. We got to pick our touchdown teammates, like this week's teammates.
I mean, we don't have to do that on Tuesday, do we?
No, I'd say Thursday is good.
Yeah. Well, we won't forget that. Hovey, you remind us. W Mojo. Thank you. That's nicey. How are you, Steak? That's funny. Stanley is sending Mojo love. Unfortunately, Stanley's lymphoma is back. Fuck, that sucks, Jet Bros. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Uncle, when was the last time you tried Chef? Oh no, I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that. Waiting in queue for that. Yeah. It's been a long time though since I've had that. By the way, I was listening to BTL and Krabs was doing a mac and cheese review and he was about to vomit. What's the problem with mac and cheese?
I guess he doesn't like mac and cheese. Here's the thing. I never, well, you know what? I'll say it. I'll talk about mac and cheese. I'd never heard of anyone not liking mac and cheese, which is interesting, but I'll be completely honest with you. And I think you're going to get really angry at what I'm about to say. I don't care if I ever eat mac and cheese again. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's gross by any means. I would never cook it at home. I would never order it on a menu. Like if there's any type of restaurant where mac and cheese is a side, I swear to God, I'm probably going with like more likely to go with 90% of the other options. If it's barbecue, I'm not getting mac and cheese. If it's like, I just don't even know where the situation calls for you to eat mac and cheese.
That's a little bit more balanced take. Like I don't crave it as much. And I had clients that moved from New Zealand once, and after they moved to the city, we hung out after a couple months, and they're very adventurous. They were always going out and eating, and that was like, so how's your time in New York? What do you think? And they were like, we think it's interesting how every restaurant we go to has some variation of mac and cheese on the menu. Like Americans love their mac and cheese. And I said to them, listen, I like mac and cheese, but I mean, I can count on one hand the amount of times when I go to a restaurant and I'm like eating mac and cheese. I'm never, it's like way too much. It's kind of just an easy go-to dish that you could really have a little bit of a different spin. But like if someone puts mac and cheese on my plate, I'll eat it.
Of course. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not against mac and cheese. It's just not, I'm never picking it. Like I'm never.
Yeah, I mean, I'll. That's for me. That's not true. When I would go to Boston Market, I would get the mac and cheese. I think Panera has good mac and cheese.
Never. Literally never. I never eat that. Like Panera, I'm getting the soup and I'm getting a sandwich, soup sandwich combo. Boston Market, I'm getting mashed potatoes over mac and cheese all fucking day long.
Sure, I got no beef with that. But I'd never seen someone so grossed out by mac and cheese before. I thought it was
grossed out is crazy.
What grossed out? Yeah, like one bite and like for mac and cheese out of all things, like if you're eating like something weird, sardines or some shit, but like pasta and cheese, and Javon was the whole time like, I don't get it. I felt the same way. I'm like, I don't understand. Is this a bit? But I don't think it is a bit. I think it's just an interesting.
Javon said he felt the same way.
No, I felt the same way as Javon. Javon was like, I don't understand. It's just pasta and cheese.
Yeah, it's hard to understand because then you have to start asking other questions like, do you eat fettuccine Alfredo? Do you eat pasta and tomato sauce? Are you grossed out by noodles?
Yeah. See, I don't do this. Mac and cheese on a burger. I don't like getting crazy with my burger. I like it like classic. Lettuce, tomato, onion. Yeah, sure. Egg is good. Okay, by the way, we got a hype train. I just wanted to acknowledge Bucknut in here. Subscribe. We got a level 1. Appreciate you, Tosi, as well. 12 months. Happy year anniversary, W. Okay. We got people ready to roll. YouTube is thick, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, JC Stone? Mac and cheese texture can freak some people out. Slimy and squishy. Yeah, I guess. Peanut butter.
I've never heard that take before, but I mean, it does make sense, kind of, but I've never heard anyone say that
before. Oh, this is the most insane thing. He had a V8 afterwards.
V8 tomato juice?
Yeah.
You know how I feel about that.
Oh, you don't like tomatoes at all, but like it's not real. V8's not even real. I don't even know what it is. I can't even imagine what kind of stuff comes out of that factory. Oof, disgusting. But when it's done well, it's max. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for getting distracted and derailed. We're going to lock in and we're going to talk college football. Somebody in TikTok says mac and cheese is a family gathering, cheap, easy side. Very well said. Very well said. Okay. Week 3, college football, Thursday, NC State at Wake Forest. Steak, are you looking at the game?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Did I was gonna have you guess the spread.
I already know the spread. Come on, dog. It's the first fucking game of the week. I know the fucking.
Okay, all right, fine.
I've already looked at this board fucking an uncomfortable amount of times.
I haven't looked at. I like to do the first.
I think the only way you're gonna get me is if you start asking me like next week's spreads.
All right, that's fine. NC State is -7.
Yeah.
You think that's low?
No. I get what you're saying.
Well, come on. Think about what you said about Wake Forest beginning of the year and so far how it's looking.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
They scored some points against whoever the fuck they played last week.
I'll tell you right now. Is that what happened? They must have done something. Okay, they beat Western Carolina.
Points against nobody.
So they were 18-point favorites against Kennesaw, and they almost lost 10-9. And then they played Western Carolina and won 42-10. They were 17.5-point favorites. Now they're playing NC State. NC State's had a hell of a start to the year. I got to give them credit. I mean, we got a bunch of teams out there playing nobodies. For a school like NC State, very respectable start. You had ECU, which is a rivalry game. They were 13.5-point favorites. They did not cover, but they won 24-17. Kind of fell asleep late there. And then they played Virginia. They had a great win against Virginia. They were 3-point favorites. Virginia's tough. They were down in that game, Steak, 24-14. They came out in the second half, outscored Virginia 21-7 in the third quarter, and that was all she wrote in the fourth quarter. So,
could have lost too. I want to mention that horrible interception by Morris in the game for
really?
Virginia. Could have lost. I still feel strongly about everything I said about Virginia, and I still kind of feel like NC State lacks dog, if I'm being completely honest. But they got an offense for sure. They can score points, and honestly, just straight football brain. There's no way Wake Forest covers the spread and the game goes over. That's what I'm telling myself. Like, if Wake Forest, you like Wake Forest to cover 7.5, then I got news for you. You also like under 51.5.
Because you're saying
Forest, Robbie Ashford aren't getting fucking in a shootout with this team. It's not happening.
Got you. Yeah, I see what you're saying here. Hype train level 2 now. Appreciate you guys. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know if this is square. I don't know if it's the most obvious play of the freaking night, standalone game, Trap City, what have you. I think NC State is the play here. We got to be careful because this is when look ahead games do come into play. We're in week 3 now, so we like to look at these. I mean, so should be stated. Now, granted, they're going to play on a Thursday, so they've got extra rest, but they do have a game against Duke next week at Duke.
Perfect time for me to say that I don't care about look aheads.
Okay.
I have a new take for this football season. People can disagree. I don't know shit, and I'm not claiming to be a genius who knows everything, but I think we have officially started to abuse the term look ahead. And I'm not calling you out because you just said Duke, but I actually think it's a really good example. I do not think North Carolina State is going to sleep on Wake Forest to look ahead to Duke. The only time I want to hear about a look ahead game is if it's like a heated rivalry or you're playing fucking Georgia, Texas, Ohio State. I don't even know who else to throw in that category. LSU, but like.
Well, LSU last week could have been a look ahead spot to Florida. They only won 23-7 against like Louisiana Monroe.
I guess, or
no?
could Florida USF been a look ahead spot to LSU?
Well, Florida's sure, but probably not. But because USF is a more respectable opponent, so not as much.
Yeah, maybe, but I think it's a bigger game for Florida, given the fact that LSU A already won a huge game this year, and B, it's in Death Valley.
Yeah. I'll agree with you. I think it still exists, and I think there are plenty of examples of it still coming through last year. I do think that it's gotten abused, and there was a little bit of a run there. I think even in the newsletter, we had a great time hitting on look aheads. Like, for example, remember when Florida State went up to Boston College? Do you remember that game with Jordan Travis? They were awesome, and they were 17, 18-point favorites. They almost lost. They won by like 4 or 5. Those happen and they exist, but we got to pick and choose. So I agree with you. Ultimately, NC State's not a good enough team to sleep on anybody, but you said Wake Forest could be the ragdoll of this conference. And what's their win total? 3.5?
4.5.
4.5. Okay. Yeah. Where is Wake Forest, by the way? What state is Wake Forest in?
I think North Carolina.
I think so too. Wow. So North Carolina State doesn't have to leave the state of North Carolina for the first 4 weeks. That's interesting. Okay. What's up, Gator Bait Matt? Florida beating LSU. We'll talk about that. Can't wait. Okay. What's up, everybody? How we doing? We got a packed house in here, guys. We got 75 in Twitch, 51 in YouTube. You love to see it on an evening slot where we're not typically here. Appreciate you guys coming out. Thanks for the support and for reviewing the board with us. All right. We'll move on. Let's go to Friday. Couple of games we don't really give a shit about, so we'll just pass over Indiana, pass over Syracuse. There's not even a spread for that yet. Let's go to the next 2 games. So we have Houston. Houston is at home. They are 2-0 ATS playing Colorado. Looks like Colorado is 0-1 ATS. I'm not sure what they did in after the Georgia Tech game. Do you remember? Oh, they beat Delaware. They were 24-point favorites and they pushed. I don't know much about Houston Steak, but it looks like right now, let me get an accurate line. It looks like they opened 4, then bet up to 5.5. Totals up just 0.5 point. None of the sharp money likes Colorado early. Let's see what Houston's done this year. They were 23.5-point favorites against St. Francis or some shit. They won 27. Stephen F. Austin, that's what it is. Thanks. And then they went to Rice, 14-point favorites at Rice, 35-9. What do you think about this game?
Well, you heard about what's going on with the QB situation?
In Houston?
No, in Colorado. Houston's pretty clear with their QB. So Colorado started the kid from Liberty against Georgia Tech. Georgia
Salter?
Tech, sorry, Salter. They also have a 5-star freshman named Juju Lewis. And now this week they're starting a third stringer named Ryan Staub, who played in the Delaware game and had 157 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And now he's the starter. Everyone that I've seen is accusing Dion of letting his fucking ego run crazy here and getting too cute. And then you got Houston. Honestly, like, I know it's Stephen F. Austin Rice, but the defense has played great. Wegman doesn't look bad. And I feel like me personally, I could be square as can be, but I got to like Houston.
I don't like Wegman. I don't like Wegman at all. So against Rice.
He's been there since before Dion. Yeah, that makes sense. I still don't understand how he starts.
Rice had 51 yards passing and somehow had more first downs than Houston. Houston had 14 first downs. They had 188 passing yards, 38 rushes, 204 yards. Good God, goodness gracious. Connors, the running back for Houston, had a really good game. I don't know enough about these teams, and I can't tell you that there's really anything jumping out to me here. So you're saying you would square up with Houston at home even after the line moved to 5.5?
Yeah, well, the line moved to 5.5 because he's starting the third string.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Perfect.
Yep. Makes perfect sense. By the way, it's hilarious. We have people in TikTok that are just straight up not acknowledging college football talk, and they're asking fantasy football questions. Trade Pacheco for Charbonnet, trade away JSN for Kennan and Diggs. This is hilarious, dude. TikTok just loves fantasy
I would
football.
not do that JSN trade. You're absolutely crazy if you do that.
Yeah, don't do that. For
Charbonnet, Pacheco, that's up to you guys. I'm not a Pacheco guy at all.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a Pacheco guy anymore. My fantasy team sucks, unfortunately. NC State and Houston moneyline parlay. I missed the days where YouTube wasn't invisible. What are you talking about? Who said we're invisible? Who said YouTube was invisible?
I feel like it's all YouTube people in here today. What did we miss? What did we miss? Sometimes we miss Tristan's comments and he doesn't like it.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be better, Tristan. How's that for accountability?
Staub has been there since before Dion. Greg, we'll talk about that. We'll get there. Connor Wegman is sick. Yep. All right. We'll get there. We'll get there in a little bit. All right. Let's keep talking about Friday. We got 2 more games. These ones are actually kind of interesting. Hold on. I haven't shared the screen yet. My bad about that, guys. Let me get the screen up for you. I know you like the screen. We got Kansas State on the road against Arizona. Let's see what Wager Talk has this line. Kansas State open -1. They're -1.5. I mean, for fuck's sake, dude. Kansas State's not good. Nope. They're not good. I don't really know what Arizona's been doing, though. Let's take a gander at this. So Arizona's 2-0, and they're 2-0 ATS. They played nobody so far. Beat the snot out of Hawaii 40-6. Should have seen that coming. And then they beat Weber 48-3. Do you know who their quarterback is, Steak? Because I
don't. Still Fafita, same guy from last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's meh. He's meh. Kansas State's bad. Kansas State is bad. I got a feeling them being favored on the road, even though it's short. I mean, are they going to be a public play here? I don't necessarily think so, but I don't know that anybody's necessarily running to bet Arizona. Arizona's not a really trendy team. Didn't they have like a 5.5 win total this year? They're not expected to be very good.
They're the University of Arizona, and they just lost the number 1 receiver in the draft, and they had insanely high expectations last year and crashed and burned. Nobody likes Arizona, and nobody gives a fuck that they beat Hawaii and Weber State. I had an exchange with Kyle the Whaler earlier when I posted my leans, and he said it's got to be Kansas State at this point, but I think it's the opposite. I think it's crazy that this is the spread, and I think it's telling, and I just think fucking Kansas State sucks ass. I don't know that Vegas knows how to price this team anymore because they're so bad. They should be coming off losses to Army and North Dakota.
Right. So what are you saying essentially, that everybody's going to be on Kansas State or no?
I don't even want to play the game. What's everybody going to be on in the Kansas State Wildcats, Arizona Wildcats game? Because I don't think it's going to have like even enough action to try to figure out the public side or the contrarian side, which doesn't even really work anyways. I just kind of think that Arizona's the right play here.
Yeah, $34,000 wagered on this game, according to Pickett. That's extremely low. The Wager Talk splits will tell you that everybody's on Arizona as well. I only want to play that game because I don't really know how else to cap this game. I haven't seen Arizona play one snap. I know Fafita. I'm not crazy about Fafita. I don't know one other person on this team, and I've watched Kansas State, and I don't think they're very good, but there's always times when you should buy low on a team or take them in a contrarian spot. And I'm just wondering if this could potentially be the time that Kansas State does that when they go on the road playing a conference opponent, a 1.5 point favorite where nobody really likes them. Everybody, well, not everybody. Yeah, a lot of people liked them week 1 against Iowa State. Nobody really talked about them against North Dakota, except the fact that they almost won. And then, last week, I mean, I played Army because I just don't think Kansas State's that good. But everybody thought Kansas State was going to bounce back against Army. Nobody respected Army after losing to Tarleton State. I wonder if they come in here now and they just beat the piss out of Arizona. Like, do we think Arizona's good? At least Kansas State's played Iowa State and Army. I'm not saying Army's good, but Army's still Army.
Army lost to Tarleton State. I don't know if they are still Army. I think if you want to say what's the most impressive, then after beating Hawaii 40-6 is no joke. I don't think beating Hawaii 40-6 is like a joke win.
Sure. DJen hasn't watched a snap of anyone west of the Mississippi. They all start past his sleepy tea time. You might have a point.
I watched a little bit of Arizona, Hawaii, but like, what do you want? Like,
in my opinion, fuck no, it will be a Twitter POD. T-Rain picks, elaborate. Which one do you think will be a Twitter POD?
I think he's saying Kansas State, I'm pretty sure.
Really? I have a feeling that Arizona will be as a short home dog. Kansas State. Okay, we'll see. I don't know how else to talk about this game. I have nothing that I like other than I think Chris Kleiman has been a terrible coach this year. Avery Johnson's not a very good quarterback. And that's it. That's all I got. Do you have anything, Steak, or should we move on?
Yeah. As of right now, I lean Arizona.
Okay. UCLA is minus 16.5 against New Mexico. Oh, son of a bitch, Steak. Damn, I totally forgot about this game against UNLV. You remember we said we were going to kind of take a stand and be UNLV guys and fade Nico. Oh, I take that back. I stayed off intentionally because I said to myself, it would make sense that Nico would be good against non-P4 teams. That's right. So I have no FOMO or regret there. Did you play UNLV or did you stay off?
No, I have UNLV to win the Mountain West.
Okay, well, that's very fun. Nice win there. So UCLA is coming back and playing New Mexico minus 16.5. It's a very big spread for a very poopy team. What has New Mexico done, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. They beat Idaho State 32-22. And they played
Idaho State, right?
Of course. How could I forget? And they played Michigan. And you know what? Putting up 17 points against Michigan, I'll give them a little credit for that. They covered this 34.5 point spread easily. But at home, they were 17.5 point favorites against Idaho State. Now they're on the road against UCLA. I'll just say this. I don't know after what we've seen from UCLA in the first 2 weeks, if they should be 17.5 point favorites against anyone. So here comes the question. Wow. Holy shit. UCLA went down 23-0. Oh my God. This team is pathetic. Let's see how Nico played. 29-41, 255, a touchdown. He also led the team in rushing, 11 carries, 59 yards. The spread is either telling us a story that UCLA is going to roll in this game, or I should play it like a pro here and take the points with New Mexico, because I don't think Nico should be favored by 17 against anybody. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, if you're a sick enough fuck to want to lay that spread with fucking UCLA right now, I mean, God, it's gross. I get what you're saying 100%. Like, if you're one of those play numbers, play team, not teams guy, or play numbers, not games, whatever the fucking quote is that GRP says.
Bet teams, not numbers.
It should be fucking alarm bells should be going off about the spread, I'll be honest.
Right.
I think it's crazy. And then will I be shocked if UCLA wins by 30? I really won't be, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate to say it. Oh, man, UCLA has a bye week, too, coming up. I hate to say it. I think it's UCLA. I really do.
I do, too.
I hate to say it. Okay.
I'm going to play it, though.
You are not?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so for Thursday and Friday, as of right now, I would say I lean NC State, square or not, don't care. Nothing in Houston, Colorado. You said you like Houston. I would probably lean Kansas State, and I think I like UCLA. What about you?
I kind of like the under in the NC State Wake Forest game, and I like Houston. The rest, I don't think I could press, even though I lean Arizona and UCLA.
Okay. Buffalo on the road against Kent State. Do we have anything we like in this one?
No.
Okay, probably a pass for me as well. Oklahoma off of a huge win at home against Michigan. Now, Steak, I know we talked about these spots being a little abused here, but we have to acknowledge them. We must acknowledge them. You got a sandwich spot here for Oklahoma. You even tweeted about it. You said
I'm all down to talk about a sandwich spot, dude.
We love a sandwich spot. So you got a letdown here with Oklahoma after a massive win against Michigan. Upcoming game against, they're on the road to Temple. Then the next week they got Auburn at home. Going to be very difficult to get up for a game against fucking Temple, not to mention Oklahoma traveling to, where is this, in Philadelphia? Very strange place. Temple has won and covered in both of their games so far. They went to Massachusetts, 2.5-point favorite, beat the fucking snot out of them, and then whooped up on Hoover pretty good, 55-7.
It's at the link. This game's at the link.
This game is at the link.
Yeah, but Temple must play their home games there, which I can't say that I fully knew, even though I feel like I've heard someone mention that.
I did know that now because Notre Dame played Temple not that long ago when Temple was good for a little bit. I forget who their coach was. They had a coach that was decent. Who was that? It wasn't Al Golden, was it? Was it Al Golden? I thought it was a different guy. Anyways, I mean, for me, it's got to be Temple or nothing. It's kind of that simple. Unless for any reason.
Oh, Matt Rule.
Matt Rule. Nice. Yeah. For any reason, you're going to tell me actually quite the contrary, because Oklahoma opened 24.5. And you could tell me that this is a very comfortable number to give a home dog like Temple. And you could also tell me, DJ, you just watched Oklahoma beat the piss out of Michigan. And what was my biggest takeaway? This quarterback, John Mateer, can ball. Holy shnikes. He was not on my radar at all. He looks good. And shout out to Brent Venables for scheming up a great defense against Michigan. Wouldn't it be better to play the under? What is the number?
Didn't ignore you, Tristan. Also, I fully fucking agree. I totally understand. Even if this is like a square way of thinking, no problem. I understand that Oklahoma is probably telling themselves it's weird as fuck that we're going to Philadelphia to play Temple in an NFL stadium in between playing the Michigan Wolverines and then the Auburn Tigers against our old quarterback at home. And let's just get out of here with no injuries and without showing too much to Auburn. That's completely fair. A sandwich spot, look ahead spot, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is one I'm buying. I know Temple's played nobody, but this fucking quarterback's thrown 9 touchdowns in 2 games. And I'm kind of with Tristan. Like, I want to bet Temple plus 20, whatever it is. What do you got, 24.5?
Down to 23 now. So money's been coming in on Temple.
I'm wondering if I just want to take the under and get out of the way if it's 30-3 Oklahoma or something like that, like,
yeah.
I like the under and I like Temple as of right now. I have to figure that out.
Do you know who this quarterback is? Is he anybody? Evan Simon?
I don't know. Damn thing about Evan Simon. Not a single
6'3", 205. I mean, he's 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 27-35 on the year, 422 yards. So I like going that route.
Team total under, but that's tough.
Saw a video a little while ago of someone with Oklahoma saying it's going to be like a high school game. Yeah, kind of like Oklahoma team total under. Sure. What time is the game? The game's at noon.
It's at noon. Sleepy game. Yeah, quantitative kind of likes Oklahoma team total under. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't going with the team total under here. I would go the under.
Okay. Probably going to play the sandwich spot and then play Oklahoma in a Jackson on a revenge game. Okay. For what it's worth, and I know somebody said it's a very popular sandwich spot. I don't doubt it because, again, I'll tell you right now, Iowa State was kind of a sandwich spot. Big win against Kansas State, and you had the travel, and you had the look ahead with Iowa. I still played Iowa State. So I'm all for it. If you think it's going to be a popular spot, you don't want to lean into because of that, I got no issues.
Yeah.
None. Okay, let's keep moving. We got a couple of nobodies, and then we got a pretty good game here, Steak. I hate to tell you what I think about this game, but Clemson, noon, on the road against Georgia Tech. I think Clemson is ass. Faded them last week with Troy, plus 31.5. I think they were up 17-0 at one point, and then they lost the game 26-17 or something weird like that. Georgia Tech is an interesting team. I know we tailed our guy Crutch and fading them. I don't love it. I don't feel good about it. However, already invested in this one, so I got no beef sitting out. I am only to hope that Clemson wakes up and puts on a show and dominates Georgia Tech. But I have to tell you, Georgia Tech with this coach, Key, I think his name is right, Brett Key, and Haynes King. I don't know, man. I just think they got more dog in them than Dabo and Klubnik. But hopefully talent prevails in this one with Clemson's roster against Georgia Tech's roster. 3.5. Let's see what the line opened, if I can find it. Clemson opened 6, down to 3.5. So either that was too big of a number and the Sharps were all over it, or there must be an injury or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. If you are, let us know. 52 up to 54. Steak, what do you think about this one?
I mean, at some point, like, you have to go back and talk about what you said preseason going into a few of these teams. And I still feel the way about Georgia Tech that I did going into the season. That team could have lost to Colorado very easily. I know that Haynes King, but he's playing this week. Haynes King is playing this week.
Okay.
I know people have a love affair with Haynes King, but I have to just go ahead and buy low on Clemson here and assume that they can figure out Haynes King, who I think is fairly one-dimensional. He's a fucking running quarterback. Let's call it what it is. He's a really, really good running quarterback, and Georgia Tech has a really, really good run game, and Clemson has not looked very good, but I got to trust Clemson here in this game, and I'm sure it's square. I haven't looked at the splits. I probably won't look at the splits and just place this bet, but I'm 100% taking Clemson.
Okay. I'm with you. Ryan in Twitter. It's okay that you're not watching in Twitch or YouTube where we monetize. You can watch now. We make a nickel. It's okay. We don't mind you being in Twitter. Thanks for contributing. I like what he said. I'm looking at their schedule last year. You remember, Steak, after the really bad loss from Georgia, we did buy low on Clemson. I believe in the newsletter we had Clemson's team total over, and they beat App State 66-20. So you're right. Then they played a conference opponent. They played NC State. They beat them 59-35, and they started rolling after that. So there is something to be said about Clemson waking up for those conference opponents. The little guys in the ACC dominating those teams. They didn't play Georgia Tech last year, but I'm with you on buying into this. We got a bunch of first-time chatters in here, by the way. DJ Ricky B. Yeah, they did Friday night games. I don't know what that was in reference to, but thanks for tuning in and joining. Then we got another one. Your boy Zinni says Antonio Williams was out last week, got injured during LSU. He's their best receiver. Oh, and he's still day today. Love that. Those are the kinds of nuggets and info that we could really use around here. Had Jake Mangum hit his first home run yet today? I'm projecting to go for 3. Love that. Cool hand fluke. I got Jake Mangum every which way. I will be martingaling him as his return to Chicago. I did tweet it. You can check Twitter. By the way, if you're in TikTok, follow the page. Appreciate it. Like that stream too. Like the stream. We got people still talking about fantasy Steak. I need a tight end since Kittle got hurt. Who should I pick up? You guys are hilarious.
Harold Fannin.
Harold Fannin. There you go. Harold Fannin. Shocker. My team is terrible, and I didn't even look at the waiver wire today. I forgot. So I'm probably gonna have a down year. Here we go. We got a Dave Martinez burner nugget. One of the 3.5 teams, Clemson or Georgia, will win by 14. I don't know which one it is. Starting to think it's Clemson. Yeah, I got a thought in the Georgia Tennessee game. And Sake, I saw your lean, and you lean Tennessee, which I kind of do too. I think I have a read on that game we'll talk about, but they did open 7, which I thought was kind of crazy. All right, Michigan's back home. And they're playing Central Michigan. You could buy low on Michigan here. That's not really. 28's a lot. I don't want to lay 28 with Michigan. I didn't like what I saw from Michigan. I don't really know much about Central Michigan, but I'm thinking I'm good. I'm just sitting this one out. Looks like Central Michigan's not very good this year. They got whooped against Pitt. Also, who made Central Michigan's schedule?
Well, you got to remember, Central Michigan won a game outright against San Jose State as 17-point underdogs to start the year.
That is absolutely insane. I mean, to start the year, 3 games on the road, you start in San Jose, then you go to Pitt, now you go to Michigan. This is an awful spot. Awful.
Yeah. Dare I ask who Michigan has next week?
Yep. I know you don't believe in look aheads anymore, but you want to know who they're looking ahead to. I'm just kidding. They have a game at Nebraska. It's a pretty big game, but I would say I think Michigan's defense will probably take out a little aggression here. After
hold on. Sharon Moore isn't coaching this game. That's confirmed.
God. Yeah. Game 3 and 4.
I'll be taking Michigan.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
taking Michigan. Add it to my card right now.
Yep. I'm with you.
He
I was
is
going to take.
absolutely, in my opinion, the worst thing about Michigan football at this exact moment.
I
The
could not
worst.
agree more.
He's a dog shit football coach.
Also,
And yeah, go ahead.
I just want to mention the total in this game is very low for a 28-point spread. It's 42 and a half.
Well, there's easy puck dropping the CMU team total under. Don't hate that either, man.
That's what I'm just saying. I think Michigan's defense is going to come out here and take out some aggression, and they're going to hit the piss out of them. I love it. Michigan by 35. Yep. I actually think that this game could go over the 42. Michigan could get there themselves. Probably be like 38-7 or something like that. Go look up the coach stepping up. Michigan by 35. I think Michigan opened 3.5 at Nebraska. Look ahead. Okay. Michigan win by a shutout. Yeah, I hate when they pull the starters, though. Bryce Underwood is fat. Yeah. I did not love what I saw from Bryce Underwood on Twitter, by the way. I saw somebody pull up a video of him. He's a pretty cocky, outspoken
Nobody
dude.
loves what they've seen from Bryce Underwood so far, but I don't think you got to worry about too much of that against Central Michigan.
I'm not even talking about play. I'm talking about the antics.
That's what I'm saying. On the bench, he was acting like an asshole already.
Yeah. You're right. I didn't even mention that, but you're right. Okay. Steak says he's on Michigan. I agree. I think I'm going to get cute with the CMD team total under. We'll see about that. Bryce Underwood, bag video at frat. No. I saw something else. I'll show you. There's this guy. He's a Michigan hater. Justin Spiro. I follow. He's hilarious. I hope Special K follows him, but he puts a lot of bad Michigan propaganda out there. Okay. Yeah, he might be a me guy. Alabama, hell of a noon slate here. I mean, not the best, but big teams are playing.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, good enough. We'll take it. Alabama 21.5, total 46 at home against Wisconsin. What an interesting game here. Let's see what this one totaled or opened. So if we can find it, I gotta go to the noon slate. Auburn, South Alabama. Where is it? Oh, here it is. 21. Kind of around the opener. The total's down 1.5 points. I got my Bama unit on the bounce back that first half last week. I think I'm good on this one, but what do we know about Wisconsin? They were a big favorite last week. Oh, look at that. They covered. Damn, that was very telling that they were 28.5 without their starting quarterback. Didn't Billy Edwards get hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt. I feel like people were more excited about the other guy. I forget his name. Danny O'Neal.
Okay. Yeah, I got nothing in this game, Steak. Do you have anything? I mean, I feel like it's worth maybe trying to dig up something. No.
I mean, I'm in a deep pit of despair with all this money I have invested in Alabama random ways. I think Wisconsin sucks, but I like that fucking what's his face is gone, the offensive coordinator. But like
so long ago.
I think even with the way Alabama played against FSU, this game looks too easy. D just saying under, and that honestly makes perfect sense. I mean, who the fuck likes these two teams to score points right now? And don't give me that fucking Alabama scored 73 against Louisiana Monroe. I do not care at all. These are unexciting offenses for sure.
So you're saying the under makes sense and you like it?
I don't like anything in this game.
I don't either. Bama cooked in Wisconsin last year. Different players may be worth noticing. Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if anybody's going to be taking Wisconsin here.
I don't really think anybody is going to take Wisconsin.
I don't think so. This could be. I'm not saying Wisconsin's going to win the game. But this could be no, not after what we just saw FSU do. Now I'm just all perplexed. But should be an interesting game. I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm going to do anything at all. All right, let's keep going. We got
Donnie saying Florida's going to win the ACC. I don't disagree with that at all. Florida State looks really good. Doesn't make me think it wasn't a horrible loss by Alabama. There's not much you can say.
Yeah, I still think it was a very bad loss as well. I'll be in person watching my 91 Heisman taking on stud Sawyer Robertson this weekend. Very nice. I'll be in person. Where the fuck do you live? I thought you lived in Michigan. You must live in Texas.
Must live in Texas, yeah, because this is his second Baylor game.
Yeah. Troy at home against Memphis. Anything there with Troy? Troy just played Clemson really tough. Memphis in this one?
Yep, I do like Memphis. You can't tell me that you go from being I think at one point Troy was plus 150 on the money line to beat Clemson. You can't tell me if you're Troy and you actually believe for a single minute in time that you can beat Clemson, and then they obviously come back and they whoop you, that you're going to show up with the same level of intensity needed for this Memphis game. And I don't think Memphis is bad. They got a senior quarterback. I don't think he makes a lot of mistakes. and I kind of want to take Memphis minus the points on the road here.
Okay. All right. What's up, Rowdy Rhymes? Nice job on Twitter, by the way. You've been red hot, loving the content. Keep it up.
Oh, yeah. I saw them doubting you, Rowdy, with the Vikings. Skull Vikings.
Nice job. Nice job, Rowdy. Yeah, I was able to get Clemson -1.5, -110. Nice job. Nice job. Okay. Let's talk about Northwestern and Oregon. This is such a weird spot for Oregon, but man, oh man, did I learn my lesson fading Oregon against with Oklahoma State. I think I'm good.
Believe you did that.
Yeah, well,
fucking believe you did that.
You know, I got to tell you, I'm not calling anybody out because I like this guy a lot, but I saw DC Betts was on Oklahoma State, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let's ride. So DC Betts shit wager, bro.
You're tailing DC now. You just respect DC, and you already liked Oklahoma State, so you wanted like a reason to. I know what it's like when you love a bet and you see somebody you respect on it, and you're like, oh, this shit's hitting.
Yeah,
that's very funny. That is, I can't believe that you somehow got to that, but it's okay.
Yeah,
hindsight.
And yeah, you know what I did? I made that tweet too about like bulletin board material falling through. Oklahoma State made bulletin board material, but I'm out on Oklahoma State. I'm out on Mike Gundy, but I faded Oregon so far off to a terrible start. They have 128 points.
Oklahoma State has prime bets at quarterback.
Yeah,
they're fucking bad.
Yeah, they're bad. They're real bad. I mean, is it weird? I like Northwestern here. Is it weird?
No, it's not weird. I like Northwestern. Northwestern.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Northwestern and Wisconsin ain't covering, so we got to pick one.
I don't like Wisconsin at all.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, good.
Very easily we'll pick one. It's Northwestern.
This is absolutely insane. By the way, we're getting follows on TikTok. Thanks for following. But every single person, trade BTJ for Bucky, Connor for Myers, trade PPR. And some guy, user something said, this is a college picks live, not fantasy.
I like Connor over Jacoby Myers, and I would not do the Bucky BTJ trade.
Bijan and Jawan for K9 and Puka. Yeah.
Absolutely not. You're
crazy.
You're
crazy. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Sorry, I just love Puka. But we need to run a fantasy football.
Too. He fucking is a cyborg, but he also got extremely banged up. Matt Stafford's out here throwing hospital balls. We don't talk about it enough.
Yeah. You know, I heard PFF ranked him as the #1 quarterback this weekend.
That's interesting.
I know.
He still looks very Matt Stafford-ish, but I feel like he's going to get his guys killed out there.
I have another stat. Do you want to know who the #2 rated cornerback was, defensive back this week? #1 was Sauce Gardner, by the way, by 0.1.
Since you're asking, I'll say Zion McCollum.
No, Will Johnson from Michigan.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. He's a dog, and everybody who let them get him or let him slide is the R word.
Yeah. I think nice job. Hey, way to go. Way to go, Steak. Nice job. Way to be heads up. I
haven't said that on here since
I know, but that was just quick. That was good. Greg would have not done that. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, by the way. But good job to him. Will Johnson's a dog. They said, yeah. I like Northwestern. And look, at the end of the day, Oregon's got to travel a lot this year. After Northwestern, they're going back home to play Oregon State. Then they go to Penn State. Then they go home to play Indiana. Then they go to Rutgers. This is the freshest they're going to be off the plane. But dare I say, I mean, I don't know what you're going to think about this. I think Northwestern is not as pathetic as they played against Tulane. Do I think they're good?
Can we pause for 1 second? You brought up something and it's stuck in my head. Oh. No, we could just talk about whatever we want to talk about because it's our show. I paid for a year's worth of PFF this year, and I was really excited. I like PFF. I really like their college football previews. Like, I got really into those. Those quarterback rankings from last week were a fucking joke. They had Bryce Young ranked 10th. He was higher ranked than Trevor Lawrence, so I think was 17th. I think something is going on at PFF, and I've never seen, like, I saw a bunch of people bitching about PFF rankings, and I think they're a complete fucking joke. It's like everything you hate about the nerds who tell you that Russell Wilson's actually a good quarterback is what PFF is now, in my opinion. Yeah. If you found a way to say Bryce Young looked like the 10th best quarterback in the NFL this week, if you found some kind of stat or something that happened to tell you that, then whatever formula you have is wrong. It's too dorky and nerdy for me, and I don't give a fuck about it. I have eyeballs.
I mean, you know those AI videos where like they take 2 pictures of someone and then they start making out? I love that take so much. I would literally kiss you through the screen right now. I would AI generate, start making out with you. I love it. And listen, I like the nerds. I really do. I've liked them my whole life. I have the type of friends that I want. I want a little bit of everybody, okay? Like a melting pot, all right? But the nerds have to be put in their place too, okay?
You know that you just said something like that, and we're not even drinking. Like, this isn't happy hour. If we would have had a few drinks and you would have said that, I'd be like, that's crazy. But saying that what you just said, dead ass sober, is crazy.
Well, no, you know what's crazy is you are Mr. Nice Guy all the fucking time. And I like when you stand on business, and I like when you fucking talk your shit. And now you're collaborating with me because you always play devil advocate when I'm like hard on someone or call someone out or bitch and moan. You always kind of try to take their side. You didn't just take the side of the PFF nerds out there. And I love that. All right. I love that.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad.
Oh, I absolutely hated that you copied Beeve leaving the chat, by the way.
Bro, I'm a Vikings fan.
I don't care. You are an adult. You're a grown man. You're 40.
No, I'm allowed to. Bro, you should have seen the Ramble Fantasy chat yesterday. They were literally, I think they were already cashing Caleb Williams MVP tickets.
So sit there and take it like a man and then rub it in their face.
Dude, you know what happened after we left?
What?
Vikings comeback.
And wouldn't it have been great if you just sat there, unlike Beeve, with his little freaking deactivating Twitter, leaving group chat shtick?
I think I had every right to leave.
You should have left first then.
I should have left first. Yeah, that's fair.
That made me sick. But anyways, that's fine. It worked out, and I'm glad your Vikings won. I really am. I genuinely am.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about fading the Bears in season, like I said with the Washington Nationals, but instead of it being in like game 60, it's game 1. That's how much I'm overreacting.
Yeah. I'm not ready to do that.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Anyway, guys didn't have on defense yesterday, right?
Yeah. You're right. They were missing. I didn't realize that they were missing so many guys with hamstrings. Like, bro, get healthy. Anyways, I know easier said than done. I'm just kidding, by the way. I have a 30% BMI. Oregon, I want to fade. Should I do it or should I not?
I'm taking Northwestern.
Okay. All right.
I liked what you said. I don't think they're as bad as they looked against Tulane. Obviously, I felt that way because I bet them, which was an awful wager. And in hindsight, one of the worst wagers of the year when you realize they told them they couldn't wear the white for the Hurricane Katrina Memorial. Awful bet. And I'm not trying to be stubborn and get my money back. It's just that I really did think with Preston Stone and Cam Porter that Northwestern would have a much better offense. And I think they have enough to stick in this one. And you got to remember, dude, Mike Gundy got a guy worked up that you don't get worked up.
Yeah.
Just don't get Dan Lanning worked up. Like, don't give Dan Lanning a reason to beat you 69-3. Otherwise, he will beat you 69-3.
Yeah.
Northwestern will do none of that. And I don't think you're going to see the same offensive output from Oregon this week. They've scored 128 points in 2 weeks. Let's 35-14. I'm not asking for too much.
Keep it college, fellas, Bear fans.
Oh, wow. Porter out for the year.
Who?
The running back for Northwestern. Did not know that.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Rowdy, we'll talk NFL tomorrow. We'll shoot the shit and maybe talk some futures bets or something. For now, we'll keep it college. Everybody in here is talking trade suggestions right now. No, we're not talking trade suggestions.
Yeah, you can name a few. You can name off a few.
All right, Montgomery or Dobbins?
Montgomery.
Hampton or ETN?
Ooh, Hampton.
I would go to ETN. I think Hampton's not very good. McCarthy or Rodgers?
Oh, God. Let's go with Aaron Rodgers for now. I think McCarthy won't be a fantasy quarterback for a little while.
They're playing the Seahawks, though. Flex, Waddle, Mason, or Booty? I bet I can't say Booty on TikTok. They're probably going to ban me.
Oh, that's a gross situation you're in. I'm not starting Booty just because he had 100 yards week 1. I'm not doing that. I'll go Waddle. Fuck it.
This is a horrible question. Hunter Henry or Jawan Johnson?
That's tough if those are your choices. Hunter Henry.
I know. That's like, how do you pick that one? Hollywood, Keenan, or Tootin off waivers?
Hollywood.
Okay. His name's Marquise Brown, by the way. But he did have a good game. All right. Let's keep moving. Auburn, 24.5 at South Alabama. That's a look-ahead spot right there. If we don't love it for Oklahoma, maybe you like it for Auburn. They have Oklahoma on deck next week, as we talked about. UConn laying 10 on the road in Delaware. They blew the game against Syracuse. Shout out Syracuse. Had them 6.5. You love getting a good bounce and a lucky hit. That was a bet that I did not deserve to win, and I won, and I'll take it every time. Anything here, Steak, or should we keep moving?
Delaware's first year in FBS. Maybe this is their signature win.
Super Bowl. Yeah, it could be their Super Bowl. I like that. I like that a lot. Texas Tech. I haven't watched anything. I don't know anything about Texas Tech this year. They had a little bit of hype. They're playing Oregon State. That's a pretty big spread, but Oregon State looks like they're terrible. 0-2 and 0-2 ATS. Any thoughts?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take Delaware in that game. And I think I like Texas Tech here. I'll get every opportunity I can to fade Malik Murphy. I think he's a really bad quarterback. And I
I
do
think
think
you too.
it's spread when you think that of the two schools, but it makes perfect sense. And I think Texas Tech's going to put up some points.
Rowdy, I'll let you know after we go through the slate, my man. We're doing that right now. All right.
I think it's Georgia, Tennessee. He didn't ask me, but I think it's Georgia, Tennessee.
Yep. USC at Purdue, by the way. My guy Maeva is looking pretty good to start the year. Purdue is always a weird place for teams to play. So USC has to go to West Lafayette. It is an afternoon game, so the time difference isn't that big of a deal. To be like noon for these young kids. Purdue, it's gonna be a big game for them. What are they doing so far this year? Well, they're 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. It's good enough. They beat SIU and Ball State, but they beat them 31-0. You got to like that. This could be a game where USC is maybe asleep at the wheel to start, but wakes up late. 58.5 seems a little low for a big spread. That's what I'd say. If anything, I think that this could be a nasty under. Although every time I look at a 58.5 total, it tends to go over. I want to say Baylor and SMU is 58.5, and that's soared. So I don't know. I don't know what I like in this game. Anything for you, Steak?
I think it's pretty respectful to USC. I definitely don't have a play in this game as of right now. I think it's a respectful line, and I think it might be with you on the under. I don't think Purdue scores much.
Yeah. It does look like this is a popular over. 58 up to 59. 21's pretty flat across the board. Quantitative says he likes the USC first half. I don't know. I don't know that I like that. Remember when Nebraska went to Purdue last year? They were kind of sleepy and they woke up at the end. It's just a weird place for teams to play that aren't familiar with playing
Nebraska, dude. Fuck Nebraska.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. I'm not using Nebraska as an example for shit. They were kind of sleepy. They're always kind of sleepy. They're one of the fucking sleepiest college football teams I've ever seen.
You're right. You're right. Yep. By the way, someone named Franco has just taken over the TikTok chat with questions.
I'm sorry, JJ Miles. I immediately thought about you when I said that. I apologize. I'm sorry because I like you so much. I am also a Florida Gators fan.
We're going to get another JP Del Freo situation here.
Nah, your JP Del Freo was your fault. This one's my fault, though.
I don't know how that was my fault. It was a fucking Indiana Pacers fault. We liked the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers lost, and he blamed us.
Yeah, he's gone forever. He was my buddy.
All right. See, I like JP. Honestly, I don't know why he got so mad at us, but anyways, we just beat Akron 68-0. We're back. All right, North Texas against Washington State. Anything there? I got nothing.
I mean, we got to talk about it, right?
Sure. Yeah, there's not really much going on this week so far.
North Texas -5.5 against Washington State. And Washington State just had a pretty good win against San Diego State. They were losing. They ended up winning 36-13. North Texas just went to overtime with Western Michigan.
Sounds like North Texas had themselves a look-ahead spot.
Yeah, looking ahead to Washington State Cougars.
Well, it's a Pac-12 team.
No, I'm with you for sure. Drew.
Oh, no, they were on the road.
Drew Mestamaker playing good ball. He's a freshman. He hasn't thrown an interception yet. He's thrown 5 touchdowns, 550 yards in 2 games.
Who?
Our boy Deej is saying Drew Mestamaker. That's the quarterback for North Texas.
You say that like you know who that is.
No, I don't. I just know that Chandler Morris is on Virginia now. So hold on. Let me go back to this game real quick. I want to talk about it a little bit because I feel like the line's crazy. Where the fuck is this game? On the struggle bus. What was the spread? That's what I was going to ask. What was the spread?
For what game?
Western Michigan, North Texas. Because Deej is saying
11.5.
Who was favored?
North Texas.
11.5, and they go to overtime and win by 3. And now they're 5.5-point favorites against Washington State. It feels crazy.
They were in the look-ahead spot.
Who would have batted an eye if this game was a pick 'em?
Open 5 up to 5.5.
I thought it's 6.5 in some places. No, I get that they're not bad. I understand, Deej. I totally understand. But they're 11-point favorites. They go to overtime, and now they're 6-point favorites against the Pac-12. It's kind of interesting.
They're 6 at Bet Online, which is a really sharp book. So money is hammering North Texas. All right, maybe we like North Texas. Maybe we like North Texas. Okay, all right, I like it too. Trade Swift and JMO for ETN and Ridley.
Swift and JMO for ETN and Ridley. No, I would not do that.
No, I would not do that either. Yeah, no. I think Swift is going to be okay. Gonna have to figure something out. Help fucking Caleb Williams out. That guy sucks. Anyways, let's keep moving. All right, let's go to this game. Let's go to the game of the day here. Tennessee and Georgia. So it should be stated, as I was listening to earlier, I just want to let everybody know that it did sound to me like Georgia opened 7. And money has been pouring in on Tennessee. Wager Talk will show you 6, down to 4, 3.5. Sharps are loving Tennessee here. What do they know or what do they like? I'm not entirely sure. But Steak, I have a little bit of a thought here, and that is the fact that this is going to be Georgia's first real test this season. They got 2 exhibition games, Marshall and Austin Peay. Now, listen, they haven't covered either, but that's no stranger to Georgia. For whatever reason, I feel like they just haven't really been covering big spreads. I think somebody even actually tweeted that. Yeah, under Kirby Smart, the guy doesn't cover big spreads. They came close against Marshall, but PA only 28 points is a little insane. However, let's be real here. You got Austin PA. You have a look-ahead spot. You got Tennessee on deck. You're not showing anything. They didn't show one damn thing. Now you're coming in and playing Tennessee. So far, Tennessee this year, they had a great game and great win and cover. Shout out to you for having that look against Syracuse. And they didn't take their foot off the gas. They were 48.5-point favorites against Eastern Tennessee State. They whoop them 72-17. Heupel will put up points any chance he can get, especially with all new faces. I like that. I like Tennessee coming into this game. However, I have a fear. You want to know my fear?
Yeah.
My fear is that taking Tennessee in this game, I can see it now. Tennessee is bumping. Georgia goes in there. Gunnar Stockton, I know he's played meaningful football before. He filled in for Carson Beck last year in the playoff, I believe. He's going in there on the road. Tennessee, first test of the season. They start out a little slow, start out a little shaky. New players, new faces for Georgia. Tennessee gets a lead, and you're covering the entire game. You got some points. And then they shoot themselves in the foot, or Gunnar Stockton wakes up a little bit, and Georgia pulls one out of their arse and covers full game, but not the first half. I like Tennessee first half.
When I posted my leans, I liked Tennessee, and then I had to kind of like remind myself, like, hey, you like Tennessee this year. You thought they were being slept on a little bit. You thought they would have enough talent to win games. Then I had to like kind of ask myself, did I really think they had enough talent or did I really think they would win a game like this? And I think it's crazy. It's moved from 7 to 3.5. I think that's very interesting because Georgia showed us nothing. So like, we still don't know. We don't know like what Gunnar Stockton is. And I feel like the unknown is what's making that line move. I don't agree that Joey Aguilar sucks. I think Tennessee's good. And I think the one thing I want to remind everyone is there's not that large of a talent gap. I understand Georgia gets the best talent in the country. Tennessee gets top 10 talent in the country. It's not that big of a talent gap. Like, you're not going to go out there and watch Georgia play Tennessee and be like, whoa, Georgia is so much bigger and stronger and faster, because they're really not. And that's the thing that's playing in my head. I saw somebody mention that the Dogs have beat Tennessee 8 times in a row. I mean, Georgia's been the best team in college football for many years, so I'm assuming they beat a lot of their opponents quite a few times in a row. If we're being honest, it doesn't surprise me that much. I'm like spooking myself off Tennessee, if you can't tell.
No, I can tell. What's up, Prime? How you doing? Congratulations on your Oklahoma victory. Material looks like the real deal. What meaningful football has Aguilar played? Very fair, very fair. I guess I meant there was like an anticipated game to start the year. I know Syracuse isn't very good, and they were 14-point favorites, but it was still in a neutral site.
No, it was in a neutral site in Atlanta where NFL teams play, and that is a lot more meaningful than Marshall or Austin PA. Like, yeah. I understand Syracuse isn't necessarily meaningful. It's so much more meaningful than any football Georgia's played, especially when you have a new quarterback that you had to add a lot later than you would normally add a quarterback because you lost Nico.
So I like this as well. This was my other angle, Ryan. Nice look. I thought the first half under might have also been a play too, because I like Tennessee to still win the first half or have do something, perform better than Georgia. I think Georgia's going to start slow, but it would make sense if Tennessee didn't necessarily light the scoreboard up as well, because it is their first time playing a pretty good defense. Syracuse and Eastern Tennessee State are not Georgia. I like that as well. Team total under, if anything. Okay. All right. I like Tennessee. This has Georgia -4 to 6 all over it. Sharps grub with the +7 and the ones late party trying to tell the Sharps get cooked. Yeah. Team total first half under, full game under. I don't care. There won't be points. I'm with you. I like that under look as well.
Perfect sense. It'll be one of those games where I'm sitting and watching it. It's 3-0 in the first quarter, and I'm like, yep, their fucking Deej was right.
Yeah. Yep. I like that. First half Tennessee or first half under. Para me. All right. Let's keep moving. Mid-Major Matt with a new subscription. Thank you, Mid-Major Matt. As always, appreciate you coming on and talking ball last week. But it was always the Raiders, so get fucked. But great look on the you did have a good read. I forgot. Oh, the Vikings. He said the Vikings were the right play. He was right. Pittsburgh on the road against Virginia. Is that not a fucking fat spread?
West Virginia, right?
Yeah, sorry, West Virginia. I'm sorry. West Virginia just lost. West Virginia just lost at Ohio. How about those Ohio Bear Bobcats? I should have played them again after the freaking Rutgers cover. But man, gotta show love to Ohio where it's due. Holding West Virginia to 10 points after getting slaughtered by Calipmanis in Rutgers. Now West Virginia comes back home looking for a bounce back against Pitt. This is a big game, rivalry game, and Pitt looks pretty good so far. 2-0 ATS. Holstein's playing well, 61 against Duquesne. That's right, it's not Duquesne. And 45-17 against CMU. I don't know what I like here, Steak. 57.5. I think this is going to be a dog fight of a game. But you got to think if you like West Virginia here, you're looking at a home dog that might not be trendy, and it's coming off of a really bad loss, so it could be a little bit of a buy low spot, you know? I think Pitt on the money line is going to be a pretty popular parlay piece. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm fading them that way, but I would probably go West Virginia with the points here or nothing.
I think I'd go West Virginia with the points here or nothing as well. This is a crazy rivalry. Like, I don't even know that we fully understand how big of a rivalry game this is. And I know that West Virginia put up a stinker against Ohio. I don't think Ohio is very bad. People love Parker Navarro. The defense showed out. And like LaBarbera just said, they just lost their best player. I think you could get a really good effort out of West Virginia here. And I don't know if they win outright, but I like them with the 7.5.
Yeah, I kind of do too. By the way, mid-major, 32 months. Appreciate you. A couple of comments here in the live. Drop Godwin. I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
No. I hope your league has an IR spot.
We are getting some follows on here. I'm not even acknowledging people. We're still getting follows and likes in the stream. Real quick, Lawrence or Rogers?
Lawrence.
Igbuka or Adams?
Igbuka.
Yeah, love that answer. Would you trade Chase Brown for Ashton Ginty? I say no.
That's a really good question. That depends. That's tough.
No,
that's tough.
I
would trade Chase Brown for Ashton Ginty. I'll say it.
Wow. Okay. He says yes. I say no. I don't think Genty's going to have a great year running the ball. That offensive line's terrible. I think it's Geno passing yards in Oakland, Las Vegas. Caleb Johnson or Sampson?
Sampson until Judkins is back.
Kelsey or Brenton Strange?
Kelsey.
These are all different people asking these questions too. It's not the same guy. TikTok's buzzing. All right, we are talking college football though. If anybody, can you imagine? It's one thing getting the freaking Twitch chat in line and ready to go on a school day to go over the board. It's another getting the TikTokers in there. New follow. What's up, Todd effing Parker? Good to have you here. Thanks for joining the board review.
Can't drop him, Rowdy, but I would definitely try to trade him.
We typically are on at 10 a.m. in the morning, by the way. We just could not make it this morning, so we're making it up to everybody with an evening stream. Okay, let's keep moving. We are on the 4 o'clock slate. Iowa State, 21-point favorite on the road against Arkansas State. Weird game after Iowa. I mean, this is probably one that Iowa State could slip up. They've covered just about every game except Iowa, but they got the win. That has been a hell of a 3-week stretch for Iowa State. Now they got to go on the road and play at a weird place in Arkansas State. 1-1 ATS as well. They got their butts whooped to Arkansas on the road. They beat Southeastern Missouri and covered. I would say it's Arkansas State or nothing here, dude. What about you?
It is probably, but I'm not going to play this game or try to. I think I've bet enough Iowa State football. I'll just hope they win this one because I'm rooting for them. I'm Morocco Becht guys. But all I'm going to hope is they don't slip up. I could see Arkansas State covering, but there's no way I play it.
Yep. All right. Thanks for the follows.
Bro, you should have seen the stuff that Fat Girls was texting me before half time of that football game.
Oh, did you leave the chat?
No, it was just me and him, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
If there was a group full of fat girls in a chat with me, texting me the stuff he was texting me, I would have left the chat 100%.
Wow. Interesting. That's crazy to talk that big of a game. I got to say, listen, not that I'm trying to take. By the way, you said I faded JJ McCarthy. Did you see the bet I won on JJ McCarthy?
No, I didn't see.
I took his rushing yards live over 23.5 plus 280, and he had 25.
That's a W wager. You're an asshole, but that's a W wager.
And I believe when we were texting our Pickett guys, someone said the Bears are going to win by 50. I said, no, they're not. Caleb looks terrible. He was 10 for 10, but he wasn't connecting anything downfield. Not that I took the Vikings live at the time. The game was like 10-3, no big deal. But that game had Vikings coming back written all over it. Not even because the Vikings were doing anything well, but Caleb Williams looked bad. Anyways, we'll talk more tomorrow. Let's utilize our time well, and let's get back to college football. Is there a sandwich spot for Mizzou here? Oh, I don't know. Let's talk about it. Louisiana Lafayette against Missouri. Missouri minus 27. Did they come back and win? They did, and they covered. It was always Missouri.
Insanity.
Man, they covered. Yeah, tough L there for Kansas on the spread. They got South Carolina coming up after playing Kansas. Yeah. I guess you could say this could be a sleepy spot right here. 27-point favorites against Louisiana Lafayette, who has done what exactly? Lost to Rice as 10-point favorites, bounced back with a win against McNeese as 19-point favorites. Sure. A couple of sandwich spots here. We should document this. I'll send a tweet out a little bit later. Steak, Burrow or Herbert?
You're gonna do Burrow. You're gonna do the sandwich spot tweet because I actually think that's a great thing.
Yeah, I'll do the sandwich spot tweet tonight. Yep, and I'll put it in the newsletter for everybody too. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, guys. Go to the website, TikTok. The link is in the bio. Go to the website, subscribe. It's free. All right, we send our plays out every Friday. Although you might not want them because right now we are off to a horrible start. But go subscribe anyway. It's free and support. Why not? All right. Texas and UTEP. I like Texas.
Sandwich spot just to toss out. SMU played Baylor last week, and they play at TCU next week, and they play Missouri State this week. Just throwing it out there.
Okay. I like Texas here. I like Texas because they didn't cover that 37 against San Jose State. They have another patty cake game against Sam Houston before a bye in Florida. I think this is where the Texas ass whooping comes in against Texas El Paso. And Texas El Paso, I just farted, by the way. I don't know if you can hear that. Unexpectedly. They just put up 42-17. So riddle me this. Texas is only 37 against San Jose State, but they're 41 against Texas El Paso. I think this is where the Texas offense wakes up, Steak. Not to mention Texas El Paso, 41-point dogs. The total's 51.5. And they just scored 42. They ain't scoring nothing.
You farting during talking about this game is pretty much how I feel about this game. I wouldn't bet this game with your money. I don't want to bet Texas.
All right, fair enough. Thanks for the links there, Snides. W Mod, by the way, Manning may really be hurt. Yeah, that's true. He may be hurt. That release is very odd.
Did you see the video yet?
What?
The one where he's just straight grimacing on a throw? It's like crazy. Like it's crazy. He might really be hurt.
Someone said degrade me for a galaxy. I don't know what that means. What is a galaxy? Does that mean
that's a big gift you can give on TikTok? He's probably picking the wrong guy to degrade him.
I don't know.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
His name's Bread. You're moldy.
Moldy, you're picking the wrong guy.
Got him, moldy ass. You can't degrade too much. I know what they're doing. They're trying to have me say mean stuff, and then they're going to ban me.
Yeah. No one wants to eat you.
Okay. This is an interesting game. Miami and USF. What a brutal schedule for USF, dude. USF is on the road. Back-to-back, or I'm sorry, not back-to-back games. After playing Boise State at Florida. Oh my God, is that South Carolina they have to play next? No way. No, that's got to be somebody else. That can't be.
Yeah, it can't be.
So they played Boise, they play at Florida, now they got to play against Miami. I mean, this is just awful. They're around the same number. Bethune-Cookman covered, but Miami took their foot off the gas. They went up, and then they were just in cruise control there for the most part. How do you not like the Canes here?
Oh, I love the Canes. Love the Canes.
How do you not like the Canes here? You know, here's the thing. I thought that Miami, I mean, they just have some dudes. They really do. They have some dudes. USF hung and beat Florida. It was ugly, but I think that has more to do with Billy Napier and just that team not being prepared. I'm not a big crystal ball guy, but I do think this could be a different Miami team. And they have a chip on their shoulder, and they came out and showed it against Notre Dame in week 1. I don't know that even though Miami, it should be stated, they have Florida on deck next week. So talk about look ahead spots. You know, they're looking ahead to Florida, but I don't think so. You can't look past USF.
The team that just beat Florida and Boise State It's ranked. They're not looking past USF, dude. Of course, the stupid ass Gators work is Billy fucking Napier can't prepare a team for fucking anything.
Yep.
But Miami will not look ahead against South Florida. And I've said it before. I think they're better at every position this year except quarterback. And the drop off at quarterback isn't as big as people think. Obviously, Cam Ward's better than Carson Beck. I understand that. There's no arguing it. He is. They're better everywhere else, in my opinion. And I think Miami fucking smashes.
I like Miami too. Somebody in TikTok says, yo, does this guy answer questions? Can you read the title? It's college football. By the way, Stiff.
You answer questions. What's the fucking question?
Stiff and Sniffer says Tennessee sneaky sharp. Actually, yeah, they are. And it's not so sneaky anymore. They moved 3 points. All right. He said Hampton for McBride and Walker if I have Tony P too.
Hampton for McBride and Walker. I would take the McBride and Walker side of that.
That's crazy. Somebody's giving you McBride and Walker from Amari and Hampton. Say yes, bro. Why you gotta come ask a stranger in TikTok? That's applesauce.
How many viewers are on TikTok right now?
I think like 9. Hampton may be amazing. I'm done with these motherfuckers over here distracting me from the College Board for Omari and Hampton for Trey McBride and Kenneth Walker because you got Tony. Get the hell out of here. What kind of question is that? Anyways, we're back to college. You know what? That's it. I'm done on TikTok. Actually, never mind. We just got a couple more viewers. I'll stay here. Bogus ass question. All right, let's get back to the board. Yeah, dumb question. JC Stone says South Florida's decent, but it's a letdown after the Florida upset. Could be, but don't forget it's a Miami look ahead. Might be a look ahead. He gave me 2 skull emojis and a peace sign. W's. Okay, let's keep moving. Bowling Green, Liberty. Anything here? This is a Deej game if I've ever seen one. Deej, you got anything for us?
I got fucking nothing. Sorry, one quick text.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm gonna move on here. We got a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of nothings. Illinois after their big win against Duke, against Western Michigan. Let's see who they got on deck. Who does Illinois have on deck? They have at Indiana. Talk about a sandwich spot. Western Michigan coming in, catching 27. Could be a sleepy spot for Illinois before they got Indiana on deck. You know they're looking ahead of that game. Bom, bom. Do you eat corn the long way? Rob said that in TikTok. That's very funny. Bench one, Pollard, Henderson, or Dobbins. I'd probably bench. It's hard. Not Pollard. Would you bench Henderson or Dobbins?
I would bench Dobbins all day.
DJen just yelling at 12-year-old TikTokers is great. Yeah, it is actually kind of fun. I'll do this more often. I'll just run and start talking fantasy and yell at them with these stupid-ass questions. Alan Gordon, thanks for the follow. Okay, I like Western Michigan there. App State and USM, that looks a little short. App State's been on a roll. Oh, no, they're 2-0. Or yeah. No, they're 1-1. No, they're 2-0. And they just whooped Charlotte on the road.
Yeah, they did.
That's a short line if I've ever seen one. Okay.
I don't think so. Just got to remember, Southern Miss, a lot of hype going into Southern Miss this year. And they did lose to Mississippi State, but now that loss not looking so bad after Mississippi State beat Arizona State. I don't think the line's short at all. I think there's people out there that are very excited about the Southern Miss team. Okay. All right. I'm with you.
And
yes, Charlotte is ass.
Ohio State 32 against Ohio. Man. It's been a couple of games for Ohio, man.
Yeah, it's brutal. I would have liked Ohio if maybe they could open the season like this, but Rutgers, then fucking West Virginia, then Ohio State. The Buckeyes might just fucking destroy these guys.
Yeah, they really might. Ohio, and then they have a bye. Yeah, the Buckeyes are going to kill them. Also, that total's 52. Massive spread. Ohio's is 2-0. I'm sorry, 1-1, but playing well on the spread. Put up 31 last time they were on the road in Rutgers. Yeah, I like Ohio State in a slaughter there. Ole Miss 7.5 against Arkansas. They're giving you the hook on a 2-0 Arkansas team. Is that what I'm seeing here? They sure are, but they haven't really played anybody. Arkansas State and whoever the hell that is. Alabama, A&M. Ole Miss coming back home after winning a gritty victory against Kentucky, taking their foot off the gas and letting them cover in the back door. Killing our under in the newsletter picks was brutal, but what are you going to do? Anything here, Steak? 7.5. I'm gonna get an opener on this one for us. By the way, sorry, Miami opened 15 up to 17.5. Everybody loves Miami.
Yeah, it's not surprising. It's not that I think Yeah, it's not surprising.
Ole Miss 8.5 down to 7.5. You know what I think? I can already see it right now. Lane Kiffin apologized to the sports bettors about letting them backdoor, and now he's going to return everybody the favor. Ole Miss, POD. You see what I'm saying? Can't you see it? Can't you just see it?
I can.
You
I
can.
want to show some respect to Arkansas because they fucking won me so much coin. I don't even remember who they played. They were like 27-point dogs and they won. I think it would have been Tennessee. Is that crazy? Arkansas beat
Are we talking
somebody
about last year?
last year. Just yeah, they're going to be trendy. I think Arkansas is going to be trendy in this game. I actually do. People like this fucking quarterback, and they've been putting up fucking points. I think 108 points in 2 weeks. I know they were playing Arkansas State and whoever the fuck AAMU is, but wasn't it Texas A&M? That actually sounds right. I think they had two huge wins as big underdogs.
I feel like you just said a whole lot of nothing. So what?
I kind of with you on Ole Miss.
Okay.
I'm with you on Ole Miss. I think people would have not touched Kentucky plus 8.5, and I think a lot of people will be touching Arkansas plus 8.5, and they don't cover against fucking UK, and I kind of think they're going to cover against Arkansas.
Okay, I love Ole Miss. I love them. That's what I see.
I think I do too, man. I actually think I do too.
All right, let's keep moving. Oh God, look who it is! I got to tell you, Steak, I really did like that Virginia Tech read. This team stinks.
Yeah, I have one team officially on my banned list. Like Northwestern didn't even make the banned list after that pathetic performance against Tulane, but Virginia Tech is on my banned list. I have a one-team banned list after week 2, and it's just the stupid-ass fucking Hokies.
Now, let me ask you something. I know typically guys like us would bet Virginia Tech here to bounce back after that awful loss. What if I just say this year, I just want to lean into teams either being good or teams either being bad. And I just did it last week with Clemson and fading them with Troy. I kind of just want to do it here with Old Dominion. I just want to say Virginia Tech's not very good.
That's fine.
How do you feel about that?
I feel absolutely fine with that. I don't think there's a soul in the world that would argue with you. I don't think after that. All right. And the fact that they went up 10 and then still got their ass kicked, I don't think there's a soul in the world that would argue with you. Honestly, this is crazy that this is the spread. What was the spread with Indiana?
Actually, I could find it. 24.
4.5?
23.
23 and then 7.5 against Virginia Tech. I mean, is Vegas not adjusting to how bad fucking Virginia Tech is?
Yeah.
Fuck this team. No.
But, or is there even really an adjustment? I mean, Steak, let's really think about it here. They were favored by 1 point at home to Vanderbilt. 1.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's getting respect. What's the Vanderbilt South Carolina line? We talked about that game yet?
No. We'll get there. All right.
Oh,
let's
that's
keep it. I like Old Dominion. We'll get there. We're in the night slate right now. We're in the 7 o'clock. This is where things are starting to get weird. LSU in Florida. It pains me that this line has moved so much. 9.5 down to 7.5. I love the Gators. I did. I love them. But I can't do it now. I was going to take 9.5 and even maybe buy half a point and get it to 10. Don't buy points in college football. Shut up. Total 50.5 down 2 points too. Nobody's seeing offense. You had the look ahead spot last week with LSU. They barely won. What'd they win? 23-7. And Florida losing outright to USF. But Florida doesn't have look ahead spots. Florida's not good enough. They got to beat every
look ahead spot. We play Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Texas, Georgia, and somebody else in the next 5 weeks. Every game's a look ahead spot. South Florida was a look ahead spot. We got Miami. They're look aheads for the Gators aren't possible. Every game's a look ahead spot.
Right. Trade McConkey for AJ Brown? No. Steak, you're the Florida guy here.
Never.
I like LSU. I really do. I like them this season. I like their defense. They did not play well last week. I forgot who they played, but again, I think they probably didn't show much. I think they're going to want to come out and really make a statement. So that does concern me now. If anything, if this gets to 7 or 6.5, I'd think about playing LSU. What do you think?
I think that a lot of people are going to play Florida, like the people who bet the way we bet, contrarian, trying to be sharp and cute. And I'm just going to say, get ready for the Billy Napier experience, because everything I've seen on a football field from these two teams tells me that LSU should destroy Florida. And I promise you, it's enough of a rivalry that there's no shot that LSU is sleeping on the Florida Gators. They're just not. They were ranked 13 last week going into the game. They have DJ Lagway, probably top 5 to 10 most hyped QB coming into this year. LSU's not sleeping on the Gators. And I obviously hope we win. I'm sitting here wearing this stupid fucking hat, but I don't think it's likely at all. I think we're going to struggle to cover.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm very much with you. Okay. Yeah, I don't like Florida anymore. I think the number's gotten too low. I like the value on LSU now. I'm avoiding and enjoying. Yep. If there's no buyback, Florida will be the side. Fair enough. Fair enough. Very hyped to be going to this one. Sucks Florida lost, but whatever. I don't know if you can bet Florida pre. They may have given up. Sure. I like Kentucky with that big number 21.5 against Eastern Michigan. I like the way they came out against Ole Miss. Looked like a different team offensively than what we saw against Toledo. This could be a complete game. This could be a complete game. Also, the way Kentucky started the year, 3 straight games at home. Now they got to go on the road, and they have a bye. Then they go on the road to South Carolina. I like this for an offensive outburst here for Kentucky. I like the points with 21.5.
If Kentucky has an offensive outburst in them, which I think remains to be seen, this would be the game. But I'm not so sure, man. I'm not so sure that they got it in them.
Okay, fair enough. Louisiana Tech, New Mexico State. I got nothing. How about you?
Nothing.
Okay. Iowa 35. About what?
Notre Dame. Fuck Iowa, Massachusetts.
Well, okay. I'm just making sure. Iowa, nothing. Coastal, nothing. All right. Notre Dame and Texas A&M. I think I saw the Irish on your leans, and I love it. I love Notre Dame here. They had a bye after playing Miami, which is a little weird, but whatever. I listen. To me, I think that was a bad matchup for Notre Dame when I saw the guys on Miami's roster. Like, they were big physical dudes, and they out physical Notre Dame, and they played nasty. They played disrespected. They played like an underdog at home. I'm not really a Texas A&M guy. I'm just not. And I watch them, and they have talent. I'm not totally sold on Marcel Reed, but they've played a bunch of nobodies so far. I like that Notre Dame played a test, but I think Texas A&M is a team that has more speed than size, if that makes sense. And I could be wrong here, but I think Notre Dame's defense matches up better against speed than they do size, like Miami had. So I like Notre Dame. I like their defense here. I think Marcel Reed is going to have himself a tough time against Notre Dame defense. However, it is a new defensive coordinator, so this Chris Ash guy has got to bounce back, and Notre Dame's offense has to be way more aggressive than what we saw them do against Miami. So I like the Irish total 49.5, and I am just curious. It opened 6.5. It's moved half a point.
Dare I say, well, first of all, the weakness of the of Notre Dame going into the year is considered to be the quarterback position, not because anyone thought CJ Carr sucked, but they thought he was inexperienced. And in the first half of the Miami game, he looked exactly like that. But then in the second half, a little JJ McCarthy-ish. He came alive. He made fucking plays with his legs. He threw a few good balls. He brought him back in the game. They could have won. And I liked everything I saw from CJ Carr in the second half. And everything else about Notre Dame is good, man. Good running game, good offensive line, good defense. And they're minus 6.5 against Texas A&M, which I think is telling. And I'm the guy who fucking bet Texas A&M back-to-back weeks. There's just something always fucking missing with Texas A&M. But this was a spot specifically when we talked about Marcel Reed, where I said he will not make the throw in the big moment when you need him to. And at some point, they're going to need him to make a big throw. And Carson Beck made the big throws a few times. And I don't think Marcel Reed will make it. 4th and 4, down 7, and he throws it. I'm not trusting Marcel Reed in that situation.
Smart man. He's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna make mistakes, and I think Notre Dame's defense is gonna play well. Home opener for the Irish. I'm looking forward to seeing what CJ Carr can do. Jeremiah Love should have a bounce back game. You're gonna get a really inspired effort here from Notre Dame. I hope after they came out piss poor against Miami. Again, I was very, very disappointed with the type of team that came out. Yeah, even Alan Dim said good take, Steak. I agree. Sounds like we're collabing on Notre Dame. Good old-fashioned collaboration. We love that around here. All right, let's keep moving. What are you laughing about?
Just, us collabing with Alan Dim.
Yeah.
That collab will break the fucking...
I don't think I want you to fade Vanderbilt again, but South Carolina minus 5.5. Does that look a little short?
I'm not sure. Such mixed emotions, I feel like, about South Carolina, right? especially if Vanderbilt comes out and whoops Virginia Tech like that when South Carolina needed a punt return for a touchdown to put that one away. I don't think anyone's like come out of any games being very impressed with South Carolina or being very high on South Carolina.
Well, here's my thing. You want to talk about like spots nobody sees coming? Nobody sees Vanderbilt winning again. Like,
I don't think that's true, bro.
You don't think that's true?
No. I think you're really underselling the Vanderbilt hype, dude. This guy Diego Pavia has a lot of hype. He created a lot of hype last year.
Steak, I totally understand the Diego Pavia hype. I would counter with this. I think you're underselling Lenore Sellers' hype against a team like Vanderbilt that just played on the road and beat Virginia Tech. You think anybody thinks Vanderbilt
just played on the road and beat Virginia Tech? So did fucking Vanderbilt, and they did it way flashier.
That's what I mean. That's my point. That's what Vanderbilt just did. You think they're going to follow that up with another tough, good outing?
A lot of people think they can.
Oh man, I don't know. People love.
I think a lot of people think Vanderbilt can win this game.
Haven't met too many people who dislike Pavia. I know people like Pavia, but I'm talking about if Vanderbilt lost last week, I think more people would be taking the points with them than them winning, if that makes sense. Vanderbilt looking ahead to Georgia State. Very funny. Okay. I think that spread is a little short, man. I really do.
I don't know how much bigger you could make South Carolina.
Okay. Maybe you're right. 47 up to 48.5. Maybe you're right. I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, I like South Carolina in this game. I just want to make that very clear. I just thought, actually, I guess I don't know what I think. You're right, because now that I'm making sense of it, if Virginia Tech is 1, you make South Carolina 4.5 points more. Well, South Carolina on neutral was what, 7.5 points better? 8 points better than Virginia Tech? What was the spread at South Carolina, Virginia Tech?
7.5.
Yeah. It's a lot of respect for Vanderbilt. That's a lot of respect.
Yeah, but they earned it on the field last week by playing a common opponent.
You're right. Okay. Wow, we got a couple more games to talk about, then we'll wrap it up. I'd say we maybe just got about another 10, 15 minutes, guys. Thanks again for tuning in and hanging out with us at night. Sorry we couldn't make it this morning. I'll be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. State can't make it, but we will talk some NFL, and then we got the Thursday night pregame show on Pickett on their YouTube channel. Do not forget about that. Okay. Duke and Tulane. Here's a very interesting game. I felt good about fading Duke last week and with Illinois. Tulane, on the other hand, this was a late read for me, but I was like, ooh, look ahead spot. I'm going South Alabama plus 12.5. Got dicey there for a minute, but South Alabama made it interesting and covered. Tulane is a 1-point favorite on the road against Duke. Listen, Steak, if I put my money where my mouth is and I faded Duke on the season and I faded them with Illinois, how do I not like Tulane to win this game? I have to like Tulane to win this game. Now, granted, I'm already invested. I got to hit you with that. But straight up, I'm going to tell you, I like Tulane to win this game. You did say you thought Duke looked okay. You're not down on Duke, and I respect that. I don't want you to just say shit that I want to hear. But in this spot specifically, do you have any reason to go to Duke here? It looks like money likes Duke early. Open 2.5, down to 1. The total's also up 3 points. I think Tulane's defense puts them in a blender, and I'm going to speak more on that in a second after I let you talk.
So as I watched the entire Duke-Illinois game, and I definitely did tell myself, wow, 45-19 doesn't represent how well I think Duke played. I thought Duke played a lot better than losing that game by 26 points. Mm-hmm. And I did originally thought I liked Duke here, but I don't know. I don't know that I should be fading Tulane again, man. Especially off a close game against South Alabama. I don't know if I should be fading this team again. I tried to get cute with Northwestern week 1, and we saw how that went for me, and I'm not sure. I'm definitely cooling off on Duke. Even it's only Tuesday night, and I'm already starting to cool off on Duke. I can't imagine I'm going to feel by like Friday when we do the best bets show. I see Aloha says under. I don't hate that look. I don't hate that look at all, actually. I actually think that's a very low total.
I think it is too. And I think Tulane's defense, here's what I like and what I was going to finish with. I like how Tulane got pissed off and responded the way they did and put Northwestern and Preston Stone in a blender through 4 interceptions and held them to 3 points. You don't think that team's going to come out fired up that their quarterback left them for $8 million? I think that place is going to be buzzing. I think Tulane is going to give him hell. It's 8:00 at night. Duke just had a tough game against Illinois they had to get up for. I know Tulane's coming back home after playing South Alabama, but still, man, I like Tulane. And I got to tell you, I might double down on fading Duke in season and take Tulane here.
I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. Can't talk you off. My favorite look is the under.
Fair enough. All right, let's keep moving. A couple more games, and we're going to wrap it up. We have Utah, Wyoming. We have Navy, Tulsa. Oh, there's not really much else, I guess, worth talking about. A couple late night spots we'll get to. Air Force. No, we don't really want to get involved there. How about Minnesota and Cal, Steak? Both teams are 2-0. Minnesota's off to a pretty good start this year. Cal is, let's see, they beat Oregon State. Then they had a home game against Texas Southern, beat them 35-3. They were 44.5-point favorites, granted. Minnesota had 2 home games against nobodies. They got this game at Cal, so it's a little bit of a vacation because they have a bye week after.
I think Buffalo's a nobody, to be clear.
Fair, but they were 17-point favorites.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. 43-point favorites against Northwestern State, beat them 66-0. PJ Fleck is not fucking around. I like Cal, but I'm wondering if that's a lot of respect for Minnesota to be favored by 2.5 points on the road. Let's see what the opener was here. Cal, hell is it? Oh, here it is. Minnesota opened 2.5. They're staying 2. Oh, down to 1 at South Point. 15. You know what? 59. No, where's the total? 44. God, that's low. That's low as shit. I don't know what I like. I got nothing. What about you?
If you would have told me going into the season that Minnesota would be this small of a favorite against a Cal team that absolutely depleted their entire roster, I would have been surprised. But then this freshman quarterback comes in. He beats Oregon State. A lot of hype. Takes care of business against whoever the fuck they played last week. It looks really good. There's a lot of hype around the kid. And I'm sure there's a lot of talk about Minnesota not really loving having to go to Cal to play. I like Minnesota. I liked them this year. I mentioned how I liked them against Buffalo. Yeah. I like the fucking freshman quarterback, Drake Lindsay, or whatever his name is. And I think if I like them, I have to think they're going to win this game here. And I do. I like Minnesota.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to fade you. I'm not going to get involved. I don't think I do. But I'll respect your take on that. All right. 2 more games here. BC 12.5 at Stanford. That line looks short to me.
Yeah, just because Stanford's so bad, but no, I'll pass.
Stanford's so bad, but dude, Boston College, not a great spot for them. Let's just talk about their schedule for a second. Fordham at home, then on the road to Michigan State, another game on the road to Stanford. They do have a bye next week, but that was a big game for them against Michigan State. They lost in overtime. So just kind of tough to go back home and then go cross country and play a team like Stanford, who you know is dying to get a home game. They've been on the road. They had a week off. Did they have a week off? Yeah, I guess they did have a week. No, I'm sorry. They're not going to have a week off.
Yeah, they played week 0 and week 1.
Now. And then they had a week off. Yeah. All rise, Judge Nuke. Hilarious. What's up, Jimmy in New York? How you doing? Is Jake Mangum gone off yet? By the way, there's a guy in my DMs that says he can't find Jake Mangum props. I don't. What the hell do you want me to tell you? Go look at a sports book. What do I look like?
A guy who bet Jake Mangum and could probably tell him where to do it.
DraftKings, FanDuel. What do you?
Yeah, there's the answer.
Well, what the fuck? What I mean, isn't that like the most obvious thing ever? Unless he's out of the lineup. If he's not in the lineup, I'm gonna be really.
The game hasn't started yet.
All right, Jake Mangum. Hold on, I just gotta go look at this real quick. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll get back to this kid in a minute. Carson Clifford with a new follower. Thanks. And Todd, appreciate the follow. Welcome to the board review. Again, we do this every weekday, 10 a.m. We're just at night for tonight. Okay. Last game of the slate, and then we'll shut it down. Texas State 14.5 on the road against Arizona State. Arizona State coming off that loss to Mississippi State. Texas State is 2-0 and 2-0 ATS. Doesn't look like much of a. Oh no, I take that back. Big sandwich spot here, Steak. Awful scheduling spot. Arizona State comes back home after Mississippi State to play Texas State, and then they go on the road to play Baylor. The week after that, they play TCU. This is a gauntlet. This is a really, really bad spot here. Do you think Texas State is licking their chops to get a chance at Arizona State here? They beat my UTSA team that I liked, 43-36. They beat EMU 52-37. Who the hell What is this offense? Who are these guys? B. Jackson? Who is this guy? Brad Jackson? I got no idea who the hell this guy is. Who are their running backs? The running game really good?
Brad Jackson's got a 6 stash.
Yeah, the running game's okay. Brad Jackson, 286 yards on 12 completions. Amazing. Bryce Young could never. We got a guy in the TikTok chat saying Tulane is a lock, and another guy saying Texas State with the upset of Arizona State. Easy money. The spread is 14. Texas State is covering. Well, I don't like hearing that. What are your thoughts on Arizona State and Texas State?
I'm an Arizona State fader and a Jeff Levy fan club member. I was ecstatic about last week. I see no reason to play this game. I'll obviously be insanely happy if somehow Texas State wins this game outright, but I just see nothing. I see no value here.
Yeah. All right, let's run it through. Let's run it back real quick. What's up? Get busy, Dizzy. How you doing? He says, lock them up. Shout out Cover 3. Big fan of their podcast. All right, I like NC State square up on Thursday. What about you?
Under.
Okay. You like Houston?
I do.
Okay. I like Kansas State. What about you?
I lean Arizona, but probably won't play.
I like UCLA.
So do I.
I like Temple.
So do I.
I like Clemson.
Also in the Oklahoma game, I kind of like the under.
Okay. We both like Clemson, I think.
Yep.
You like Michigan. I like Central Michigan team total under.
I like Michigan.
I'll lean with. I'm not going to play it. I lean Wisconsin.
No shot. I bet that game.
Like Northwestern.
So do I. I like Memphis.
Okay. Like Memphis. I'm not going to play USC Purdue. Are you?
No. I lean USC pretty strongly. I could get there.
Okay. I like Tennessee first half for the first half under. What about you?
I'm going to take my time on that game.
Okay. I like Arkansas State.
I support you.
I like Texas.
No, thank you.
Okay. I mean, I like Miami, I think, but I also just don't. There's nothing fun about fading Alex Golish, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take Miami.
Okay. Don't mind Western Michigan there.
Me either, but no thanks.
Lean Ohio State. Love Ole Miss.
With you.
I like Old Dominion.
Fine with that.
Sorry, Crabs. I like Kentucky.
Fine with that.
Like LSU.
Fine with that.
We're both on the Irish.
I like the Irish. Yep.
Nothing in South Carolina for me.
No read, but excited to watch it.
Sure. Love Tulane, I think.
I understand.
Like the under. Actually, I think I like the under more.
I like the under a lot.
Yep. And you lean Minnesota, and I think I like Stanford. I think it might be the grossest button to press on this weekend. All right, Steak, great job. Thanks a lot for making it happen. Enjoy your day off tomorrow, and we'll see you Thursday.
See you guys.
Yep, JC Stone. Thanks, fella. Your broadcast should always be in the evening. Your morning show, 7 a.m. out here in Arizona. Yuck. Very funny. Unfortunately, we are not always going to do evening streams. Everybody in TikTok, thanks for hanging out. That was great. You guys were awesome. Have a great night, and we'll check you later. Boom. I don't know what any of this means. Dismiss. Okay. All right, cool. 1,000 viewers on TikTok. We like that. All right, guys. Thank you. Yep. Appreciate that. Make sure you're following all the pages. Subscribe to the YouTube page. We'll get our best bets video out on Friday night. Those have been great. Last Saturday was awesome. 11-4, I think. Had a nice day, plus 5 units, not even counting the alt line on Illinois, minus 15.5. Fun fact. I actually asked my buddy to do minus 21.5, 7-1, but he only played DraftKings. He didn't have FanDuel open. What are you going to do? Anyways, have a great night. Thank you. Good luck on all your wagers. Go Jake Mangum tonight. All right. Doesn't hit. I'm taking it again tomorrow. I'll see you at 10 a.m.